Hello and welcome to a special edition of Backstage with Boria with somebody I've known for two decades. Former Chief Executive Officer of the Asian Cricket Council and former General Secretary of the Bangladesh Cricket Board, one of the most influential administrators of our time, Syed Ashraful Haque. I've known him since the days of Mr. Jagmohan Dalmia. Ash bhai, thank you very much for joining me. For the sake of viewers, I will do this in English and Bangla, so kind of mix so that maximum viewers, including in your own country, can watch. Your thoughts? Bangladesh now has a new
I hope
government,
so.
hopefully a new sports minister, in fact. Will this make the relations between India and Bangladesh from a cricketing standpoint better, according to you? Will this help? Your first thoughts.
Boria, first of all, thank you for having me on your show. আমি তো মনে করি ব্যক্তিগতভাবে I think that with the new government, a new minister has been announced, name has been announced. He is Mr. Aminul Haque. He is a former Bangladesh football national team player, a very young, energetic person. And I hope and I sort of pray that he takes everything on board. And আমাদের সাথে দেখো ইন্ডিয়ার সাথে we have to have a good relationship for the sake of the growth of not only the growth of cricket but also for and I am sure he understands it because he's a sportsman. He's a young, energetic fellow, as I said. Bangladesh national football team captain chilo, and I'm sure he understands that to take our game forward, we have to have good relationship, not only an excellent relationship with Indian Cricket Board, but also with the other cricket boards in the region. I hope you remember when the Asian Cricket Council was formed. It was formed basically to have a say in world cricket through a forum which had the participation of all the test-playing countries of Asia. It was formed before we became a full member, but the idea was to have a pressure group to create pressure on the cricket administration and on the path of world cricket through Asia. During the first bundling of rights in 1999, Jogudar Amole, 6% of the total take of the ICC was given to the development of cricket in the world. Out of that 6%, the Asian Cricket Council was given 3%, half of it. So we took half of the stakes of the whole world development program. The next bundling rights show same jinish hoyeche, but porobortikale this has been changed, and now the figure is practically the same for all the regions of the world.
So Ash bhai, if this is the background, I understand that there were geopolitical tensions and all of that, and I don't want to push you in a political direction. As a cricket administrator and an excellent cricket administrator, where do you stand personally? And I use the word personally very consciously. Where do you stand personally on Bangladesh refusing to come to India for the World Cup? This is an ICC tournament. Assurances were given. Security assessments were placed. You have by the way, I've got no problems with Bangladesh board having an issue on the Mustafizur Rahman case. They could have fought with the BCCI, argued with the BCCI, but to take it to ICC and try and say, oh, we will boycott the World Cup, not travel to India, where do you stand on that?
I had made my views very clear from the initial stage. I had always thought that the decision that the Bangladesh government had taken at that time, especially the then sports advisor, was very, very premature, and that he had no business to take such a drastic decision like that on the pretext that Mustafizur Rahman was not being allowed to play in India in the IPL. Now, Mustafizur Rahman's case ta holo je Indian board, I think, succumbed to the pressure of the fundamentalist rightist parties. হয়তো মুস্তাফিজুর রহমানের বদলে এই জায়গায় যদি লিটন দাস কিংবা সৈম সরকার থাকতো, হয়তো the case would have been different. But in spite of that, হয়েছে. Our stand should have been that we should have talked. I have always said talking is much better than taking drastic actions. This was about 2-3 months prior to the World Cup. We had enough time to engage in negotiations, engage in talks with the Indian board as well as the Indian government if necessary. আমার মনে হয় ইন্ডিয়ান বোর্ডটাই এটা সলভ করতে পারতো এবং এটা কোনো ব্যাপারই না। The tournament was ICC tournament. The security had to be given to us by the ICC, assured to us by the ICC, which the ICC did. If we felt still, if Bangladesh felt that that was not adequate, then the channels were open. Our government, our board could have talked to your board, could have talked to BCCI. Our government could have talked to your government and said that, please let us, give us a surety that our players will be safe over there. It's just a matter of taking the thing forward by talking instead of succumbing or taking drastic actions like that.
Very right. I was coming to that. I mean, and if I take you back to 21st January, Ashbhai, 21st January, if I take you back, Asif Nazrul comes to a press conference and starts saying that this is a government decision. Then some days back he comes and says, oh, you know what, the decision is taken by the Bangladesh Cricket Board and the players. 180-degree turn. I understand that he's a politician and he's playing like a politician. When he realized that his position was no longer there, he 80-degree turnaround. But the problem is, he actually put his players under the bus and rolled them over. He has harmed Bangladesh cricket. Uni Bangladesh cricketer khoti korlen by not letting the players come and play a World Cup. The players, Liton Dash in that press conference, he did not even know what to say. Your thoughts?
Absolutely, you're absolutely right, Boria. Again, he turned 180 degrees and said that the players and the team that took the decision. 2 days after that, he turned again 180 degrees and said, no, this was a government decision. Because the players put pressure on him, saying that, we did not say such thing. And I know for a fact, I have talked to the players also, the players always wanted to go and play there. The players were not been asked about it. We have a president over, at that time, we still have him as the president, Aminul Islam Bulbul, a very young, bright fellow who is exceptionally good in game development, but very, very naive as far as cricket and international cricket administration is concerned.
Ashbhai, I'll ask you this. I'll ask you this. Aminul is a friend of mine also. I know him as, for 20 years during his work in ICC, during his time in Australia. And I felt this, that Aminul is a really nice man. He did great work for ICC as a kind of professional. But his understanding of international politics was very poor, according to me. He got played along by the politicians. He did not have the courage to stand up. And as a result, he did not do justice to his position as Bangladesh Cricket Board president. Your thoughts?
You are absolutely right. Aminul is my protege. I had taken him to the ACC. I worked along with him for about 10, 12 years in the ACC. And I found him to be very good in his professional work, as you said, in his coach education and things like that. But he does not understand anything of the international cricket diplomacy or anything. He just walked into a trap, and he was too sort of concerned about pleasing the government rather than looking after his own cricketers, who are his biggest assets. And a World Cup comes after every 4 years. Now, do you think? I mean, like Liton Dash and Mustafizur Rahman and Shanto, will they be able to play the next World Cup? They are in their early 30s now. So it is doing injustice to them. It is doing injustice to the whole cricketing public of Bangladesh. Now as you know that India, I think the biggest cricket crazy country will probably be Bangladesh. And to deprive the people who were so much looking forward to our national team playing in the World Cup, and who do we see now? Scotland playing Ireland and things like that, which is a shame and which is a letdown for the whole population of Bangladesh, I think.
You are making very pertinent and strong points, Ashbhai, and my point here is the ICC gave assurance, people were sent to Bangladesh, multiple meetings happened. Do you think Bangladesh got played by Pakistan? Because if you see the way Mohsin Naqvi conducts himself, he is not a cricket administrator first. He is a politician first. He is Interior Affairs Minister of Pakistan. It was in his interest to have Bangladesh on his side to create geopolitical instability on India's eastern border. Do you think Pakistan played a role here in trying to provoke Bangladesh and then kind of walked away? Because this whole way that, selective boycott, the Prime Minister saying, and then Pakistan doing a U-turn. Your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I think you're right in a way, but I wouldn't like to go into the political side of it. The political standoff with Pakistan or India or anything, because I'm not a politician, as you know. I am basically a cricket administrator who believed in honesty and commitments. Now I think Aminul Islam, probably being naive, got impressed by what he was saying and all that. And Mr. Naqvi is right now the president of the Asian Cricket Council also. So he has got that rapport with Aminul as probably as the president, and he convinced Aminul to go along with him. Now, in the end of the day, who won? Pakistan played
that was my question. Did Bangladesh win anything? Ultimately, you have been given one ICC tournament between 28 and 31. You did not play the World Cup. So where is the win? Ultimately, you are not playing the World Cup, which is going on. So for me, there is no win. Bangladesh is the biggest loser in this entire controversy, and that is my problem also. I thought Bangladesh is the biggest fan base, the biggest market of world cricket, and they are not playing in this World Cup. Ash, my thoughts.
You are absolutely right. You are absolutely right, Boria. I said the same thing as you are saying now a few days back on national to the national media over here. I 100% agree with you. It is sad that the whole thing has happened, and it is, as I said, it is the immaturity, and it is the government at that time was riding on the public sentiment of being anti-Indian, and we have no reasons to be anti-Indian except for the fact that you're harboring one of our biggest criminals, as the nation says. So apart from that, we need the support and the help of Indian cricket administrators, which I always thought was needed. Even as you said, look at what position Bangladesh was in Jaguda's time, and even after that, we had আমাদের একটা স্থান ছিল in world cricket where people used to respect us, and now we have become a laughing stock because of the stupidity of one or two persons and the government at that time.
So going forward, Ashbhai, now that you have a new government, a new prime minister, a new sports minister, do you think that there will be overtures to BCCI? Let the Indian tour go ahead in September. Could be a Moitrei Safor, could be a free, once again a coming together, a friendship series that will once again bring Indian and Bangladesh cricket together. It will be a financial windfall for the Bangladesh Cricket Board if India travels after all of this. Your thoughts on that?
You're absolutely right. I hope India does, because if India does not, then Bangladesh cricket is going to go back by at least 5 to 10 years, maybe even more. It is our duty. It is the duty of the present government that has just taken oath as ministers. I hope that they have the good sense and the acumen to understand that we need to have this relationship. Otherwise, if India does not come here in September, we are in bad trouble, and we have to do everything possible to make that happen. And before আগে আমাদেরকে সবসময় সাহায্য করতো in these matters the press in India to portray our things and all that. I hope the press in India will come forward and help us try to overcome this crisis that we are having now. And more than that, the Indian press, I hope our government that has just now taking of going the right path.
Final question. I mean, when I see India and Bangladesh at this point in time, there is a there is a ray of hope with the new government. I hope both sides will kind of come together. The Indian Prime Minister wished Tariq Rahman. There was reciprocation. Hopefully, the Indian tour will go through and it will become the start of a new era of friendship and friendship series. When you see world cricket, Ash bhai, India would be a much better ally than any other country. India is the financial nerve center of the game. India, then maybe Australia, England. But if you do not ally with India, and I'm talking pragmatism, I'm not talking anything else. India is the financial powerhouse. So if you want to ally with a country in world cricket, it has to be India. So from the standpoint of real politics also, it is India who should be Bangladesh's ally. Your thoughts?
Absolutely right. Absolutely right. And Bangladesh has been India's strongest ally
Correct.
ever since
Correct.
I had joined cricket administration. If you remember right, I was made the chief campaign manager of Joguda when he stood in the ICC elections. I was one of the main guys harnessing for votes for him, and we had that kind of a relationship. Even during the 1996 World Cup that was held in India, a lot of respect and a lot of things were given to me to do in that. So we always had that good relationship in India, and we must have a good relationship in India. Otherwise, Indian cricket, I mean, otherwise we are going to go backwards. And I know that the present government is going to try and overcome the difficulties that had been in the last 3 months.
I will end there, Rashbhai. I will end there with the hope that the glass is always half full rather than half empty. So hopefully people will see sense.
Absolutely.
Bangladesh sports administrators will be better than Asif Nazrul and the political bluster that we saw for a while. I hope people see logic and India-Bangladesh cricket relations get better, because that is going to help Bangladesh and world cricket in going forward. I love the straight talk. I love the fact that you spoke your heart out. I love the fact that you were candid as always, because that's what was important. It is not the political, kind of masking of the reality, which is what happened with this present controversy, and players were given a wrong deal. I thought the players were sacrificed, Bangladesh fans were sacrificed, and Bangladesh ended up being a bad loser. So I hope things get better, and I wish you all the very best going forward, and wish that at some point, maybe in September, if the tour happens, I will come to Bangladesh physically and we can do another interview. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much, Boria. Thanks a lot. God bless you.